So you have, in a recent interview, said that India is a major smartphone contributor, but we don't manufacture more smartphones, and in coming days, India should manufacture more. But do you really think this will also help in giving more employment? And does giving more unskilled, when you talk about employment, it also talks about skilled and unskilled things. So government have recently come up with multiple apps which give opportunities to unskilled people. So does it really helping in employment opportunities?
I think the electronics industry requires a skill base of its own.
Yes.
And the skill base that is required in assembly is different from the skill base that is required in engineering components and making them. Today, we largely do assembly.
Yes.
Of course, the intention is to go up and make more engineering components. You know, the battery, the chip, and so on. But that requires a very different set of skills. And today, we don't have the skill base for that kind of. So when you say we're going to employ unskilled workers, it's not going to be in anything more than assembly. And even that, you require fairly skilled workers. But you need much more skills if you want to go upskill. And that's why we say the real issue is to skill people, to create more education, to create more sort of capable people who can do those jobs. And then it doesn't matter whether you're doing service jobs or manufacturing jobs, it's all a question of skills. Uh, so that's to some extent why we are saying, you know, broaden your outlook and focus on the fundamentals. Allow for growth in services, allow for growth in manufacturing, but focus on building better infrastructure, better human workers, improve their skill base. All this is something that is very necessary if we are going to create jobs.
So the current generation these days, they're very choosy about their work. They don't take small works. They say नहीं, ये बहुत छोटा काम है, मुझे तो यही करना है. Do you think that is one of the major concerns about this generation?
It's a, we said this in the panel. It's a demand supply mismatch, right? Like I mean, sure. I mean, because see, information is percolated so much, like in comparison to previous generations, because of the smartphone, that our aspirations are actually much higher than what is on offer. So it is not their fault. It is not the fault of the young people, as the fact that they have higher aspirations. But somewhere there is a deep mismatch which needs to be resolved. Because if you keep, for example, as Raghu was saying, the number of people sitting for civil services exam has doubled or tripled in the last 15 years, because they have this aspiration. Everybody has this aspiration of becoming an IAS officer where there's only 100, 200 seats. That mismatch has to be, the best way to rectify it is by introducing or by generating better and much more high quality jobs in the private sector, because the government cannot absorb these tens of millions of people that are joining the labor force. You have to have good jobs in the private sector and some also in the government sector. And I think that's when the students who are preparing for these exams or are aspiring for certain kinds of jobs will also tailor their expectations to what jobs are on offer, right? So I think once you know, if you're an undergrad today, what are you thinking of, what are you aspiring for, right? What kinds of jobs do you think are available? Those should not be limited to certain kinds of government jobs, which you keep, as you said, you keep waiting around till age 25, 30, and then you take up some job because then you have to take up some job. So this is also, by the way, a very large loss in labor productivity.
Yes.
So if young people who are the most able in terms of physical strength to work in the economy, if they delay their employment by so much, they're also delaying, for example, absorption of skills. So one of the largest ways in which people learn skills is by actually on the job. So you're losing large amounts of productivity in this demand supply mismatch, and I think in the long run the only fix to that is to generate better private sector jobs so that people can aspire to those.
One last question, sir. Your advice to the youth for future?
I think the easiest and best advice is constantly focus on improving your skills, and that will make you have so many more opportunities. And that doesn't mean, as Rohit just said, skills in studying. It also means take a job, start working it, and you will find that you learn a whole set of new skills. and you're capable of much more. So I think the point is to improve yourself however you can. And for the anxious youth of today, when a job is one of the most important issues, um, the idea is start anywhere, but focus on getting better, and nothing can keep you down.
My one big request to the youth is to question and engage with the idea. It doesn't matter whether the idea came from Rohit or Raghu or whoever. Try to engage with the idea on the quality of it. Don't get swayed by WhatsApp or any other. Question the information that you're getting. Try to triangulate is what we say in academia. Try to check your facts and just don't. If you don't agree with me, don't suspect my intention.
Oh,
Be broad-minded. Try to engage with the different kinds of ideas rather than trying to attack the identity of the person.
thank you so much, sir. Thank you.